Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. Good day, people. I don't want to say good morning or good afternoon because by the time you watch this, it's not going to be that. So good day, folks. How you doing? It's a good day here in the Northeast. It's 50 already, and it's only 8:40, which means we're going to hit 65 today. Yeah, I know it's a little bit soon for this, but you know what? I'm a little bit enjoying it. I won't lie. Warm weather makes my heart sing. Warm weather makes my heart sing. Whoops, need my shades. Hold on. Hold the door. It's too sunny. All right, what are we talking about today? Well, before I begin, I'm going to end this video abruptly because I want to continue it when I get home and pick the winner of the giveaway. So if you're tuning in, you're going to have to watch to the end for the giveaway because I forgot to do it before I left. So that's how it goes. So at the end of this video, I will do the random comment picker and pick a winner from last week's 8K giveaway. So stay tuned for that if you had entered. And if you didn't enter, oh well, you're out of luck. Wait for the 9K giveaway. So today I want to talk about one of my favorite muscles, as we call it in the WW world. Do you know what it is? If you're a WW person, you'll know what I'm going to say. The muscle of discipline. Oh yeah, discipline. Discipline. That's a hard one. We have to have discipline. You know, there's no other really, I don't know any tip I can give you other than you have to have discipline. That's huge. I mean, it's huge. You have to say no to things sometimes. Or at least you have to say, I'm going to have a little bit less of that. But yeah, the muscle, my leader always called it, we have to exercise our muscle of discipline. So that's a hard one because let's face it, and I'm going to say this with all honesty, with what's going on in the world, discipline is the last thing we need with our food. I'll say it. Yeah. With what's going on, the only joy some of us have is in what we're eating. I get it. I know. Some of us have put the old COVID-15 on, COVID-20, the COVID-25, COVID-30. So yeah, I get all that. And I'm not here to preach to sit there and tell you that was crazy. No, I get it. The only reason I didn't gain, quite honestly, was because of you. Because of this channel. That's where Glam Squad sprung from. Because I noticed the first few weeks I was home, the scale was starting to go up. And I was home too much. And when you're home too much, that's what happens. You're around food too much. You know, working has its perks. I will say that working gets you away from food. Of course, some people where they work, there is food. But yeah, so I was getting a little bit nervous because I know I could fall down that rabbit hole quite easily. And, you know, and justify it by saying we're quarantined, you know, there's so much going on. People are getting sick and dying, and I can get sick and die tomorrow. And, you know, would I want to get sick and die tomorrow and deny myself my favorite food? So Glam Squad sprung up. I put a video out last year with a plea saying I needed to recapture my journey because it was getting away from me and I needed to rein it in, and I didn't know how to do it. But I looked at you guys for help because I just didn't know what to do. And I wanted to start working out. Yeah, you heard it right. Yeah, exercise. It's like a bad word in my world. So yeah, I wanted to start exercising, but I needed to be pushed because I still need to be pushed. Let's face it, a year later, I still need to be pushed. That's how it is. So Glam Squad sprung up and it is still going strong. New people come all the time and you guys are all welcome to come. It doesn't cost you anything. I mean, granted, I know the time sometimes is bad for people because it's in the afternoons. It's convenient. Obviously, it used to be in the morning, late mornings when I originally started, but I was home. When I went back to work, I moved it to after work. It's 2:30 Eastern time on Zoom. And if you're part of my Facebook group, Dish with D's Crew, there's a link in the bottom description box below. You could join, and we post the link to get into Zoom and the password. We don't post anything on YouTube because YouTube, you know, it's too free here. just too free of people just getting information. So you come to my private Facebook group and you'll get the information. You just show up at Zoom and you exercise with us. We do a 20-minute Leslie Sansone walking video. Nothing more, nothing less. And we chat for a few minutes afterwards because it's always nice to chat with your people. So yes, discipline. It's a hard one. There's no rhyme or reason why we lose, why we gain. I don't know if I could ever pinpoint when I have a good week what I did right. I mean, because my weeks are never perfect. So I don't know what I did right that week. I don't know. That I have more carbs, I have less carbs, that I have too much fruit, that I have not enough fruit, that I really have enough vegetables, I have too many vegetables. I have more protein than I normally have, I really couldn't tell you. Yeah, I track, you could go back and look, but all my things are kind of always mishmashed. So there's really I just think there's just no rhyme or reason some weeks. And especially where I'm at now, I honestly don't care. I'm at a good clip where I lose a pound and gain a pound. It's all good, it really is. So I really don't sweat it. But I guess if I was more in where I needed to lose the 50 pounds, I would be a little bit more apt. But I think if you're in that I gotta lose 50 pounds era, you kind of know. Are you disciplining yourself enough? Do you feel sorry for yourself? Do you feel like, oh my God, my life sucks. COVID is killing me. Food is the only pleasure I have. I get it. Because I know that feeling. And I want to say, as true as that is, it's an excuse, I think, too. We use certain things as an excuse to give ourselves permission to eat. Well, it's COVID, so I'm justified in eating. Are you really justified in eating? Do we look for excuses? Not because discipline is hard. Discipline is hard. It's very hard to say no to something that you really want. But like I say, if you have the points, if it's part of your meal and in your within your realm of whatever, then by all means have it. But of course, I'm always one for saying don't overindulge in a good thing, because you can overindulge in a good thing and it can become a bad thing. And not a hugely bad thing, but it could be stalling your weight loss journey. You might not be gaining, but you might not be losing either. Is it something that you're doing, in a certain thing? Is it a certain routine that you're doing that you've developed? You have to look at the whole journey as a whole. Honestly, I don't think certain foods cause us to lose or cause us to gain unless you're eating them too much. If you're eating processed foods are fine, but if you're eating too much processed foods, maybe then you can rein it back. But I wouldn't tell you to say don't eat processed foods. People lose eating processed foods. So I'm not going to sit there and tell you that, because that's false. But could you be eating too many processed foods? Well, sure. We can eat too many of anything. Let's face it, you eat too much vegetables. You eat too much fruit. You eat too much protein sometimes. I mean, they tell us to eat a lot of protein, but I guess there is the school of thought that there's too much. You have to have a good balance. That's all. It's like my favorite word. That's my favorite word. I say it 1.5 million times. Balance. You could eat your processed foods, but balance them with some good foods. Don't eat 8 hot dogs a day. Even though maybe there'd be 1 point, you're going to have 8? No, you shouldn't have 8 hot dogs because they're 1 point. You could have 1 or 2 and be totally great. Yeah, I wouldn't have 8 hot dogs. But you know what? I always say, if it works for you, then hell, who am I to judge? I'm just saying, there's a street cleaner. If you're having issues with weight loss, having issues with discipline, you got to, I had a whole video on treats and snacks, the difference between treats and snacks. Some of us treat treats as snacks when they're really treats. And I am a firm believer in you shouldn't have treats every day. They're not treats anymore if you're having them every day. They're not. A treat is not something you have every day. A treat is something you have once in a while. And that's a hard one because you have the points for it. I know. Discipline. I think of having, if you were thinking of the perfect person, what they would be eating, how would that compare to you? And you don't want to be that perfect person, but you want to be 70% of that perfect person. Because that's what we strive for. We strive to have more good than bad. And then that makes us successful eventually. But yes, exercise the muscle of saying no. That's a hard one. I do. I don't say... What I try to do is just say half. I'll take, or a third. Third is usually my go-to number. I'll take a third of that. I can't take all of it, and sometimes if it's too much, but a third is usually my sweet spot. I fit it in. I fit in things like that. Do I fit them in every day? You can't. I can't. I can't fit in treats every day. Now, did I have a treat yesterday? I did not. Oh, I did. I'm lying. I did. I forgot. I did a unboxing and a taste test of these cookies. Now, granted, those cookies were like, a whole bag was 2 points or something like that. Some crazy number. But I won't eat them today. I did make a dessert with them as well. That video should be going up sometime today. I don't know if this video should go up first, but with me some days you just never know what goes up when. But yeah, I try to get this one up first. That cookie video should come out today. I do a taste test of these. They're called Tidbits. Oh my God, they're so super. They're meringue cookies. But they're super duper low in points. And there's a keto version, there's a diabetic version, there's a regular, and they're all really good in points. Ingredients are decent. They're not stellar. I mean, well, they're pretty good. I mean, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, they're probably a 9, which is pretty good. So yeah, so I took it for like a sweet treat. There would be something. It's like I made like a you remember Eaton's Mess? It's a meringue and fruit and whipped cream dessert. Well, I made these mess. Sugar-free pudding mixed with yogurt and meringues. I didn't have the fruit, so because I never have fruit around, but I should. But yes, so one thing I want to run home is exercise your muscle of discipline. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and stop saying, woe is me. Because you know what? Be happy that you're able to be on a weight loss journey, because some people cannot be because they're not here anymore, or they're just too gosh darn sick. And you don't want to get to that point where you're too gosh darn sick. So let's nip that in the bud. I'm going to end this video here so I can put my winner of my giveaway. So I will be right back. All right, we have our winners. The winners are, first place goes to This Mama Loves, and second place goes to Christina Aldrich. So when This Mama Loves picks package A, which is the Dash Mini Waffle Maker, the cookbook, there's a couple other things I don't remember off the top of my head, and the second place was the Built Bars. So when This Mama picks, Christina, you get whatever the other prize. Both are great prizes, and thank you all for entering.